You're with Julian on the Brown Notes and Jeremy Corbyn versus Keir Starmer. Something that I've spoken at length about on this show over the years is my adoration for Jeremy Corbyn, the ex-UK Labour leader, being an embodiment of what us Labour true believers believe in, and not some right-wing variant like Tony Blair, who is worshipped by the Murdoch press. And in particular, it was Jeremy Corbyn versus the Blairites in the Labour Party back then, and this incredible campaign to remove him from, well, even becoming Prime Minister. He was attacked by a significant chunk of his own party, and a huge part of that was the Israel lobby as well. And my absolute detesting of Keir Starmer, the guy that took over and inherited the election after the Tories had behaved so badly that the vote collapsed into nothing. So Keir Starmer is, of course, being hailed as, when the Labour Party goes more to the right, it wins office. But that's never been the case, and I've covered that at length. It was the lowest voter turnout in the UK since 1928 when modern voting... Lowest voter turnout in the UK since 1928 when modern voting started. No one liked Keir Starmer. No one went en masse to the polls. They just could not hold their nose anymore and vote for the sixth Tory Prime Minister, the third in about 2 years. On this show and on this channel, March 24, 2023, Jeremy Corbyn, the time is now to start a new party. The UK Labour Party have proved that they're poison beyond cure, a neoliberal version of Labour ethics and economics that prevents them ever offering real change. There is still enormous love and support for a genuinely good man that the UK was robbed of by a unified establishment onslaught, leaving unfinished business. There's nothing you can do inside the current Labour Party, so start Labour anew. I said that 2023. Jeremy Corbyn, an independent, he was kicked out of the Labour Party, as were many of his true believers. Jeremy Corbyn, an independent leftist lawmaker, after losing Labour leadership 5 years ago, is building a new political party. In his words, it will be a real alternative to the main groups. Zarah, Sultana, one of Labour's youngest lawmakers until July 3, when she quit the ruling party, said she will co-lead the new project. The party's got no name as yet. The pollster YouGov reported last week that 18% of Britons would consider voting for a Corbyn-led party. So this is what I've wanted all along, because Keir Starmer is the enemy of Labour, and we're at a point in the UK which is analogous to Australia but very different, which is that the Liberal Party in Australia has collapsed. But the Tories, the analogous party in the UK, has completely collapsed due to what we have here, right-wing minority parties. But in the UK, Reform UK is a much bigger entity that's stolen all their votes. So we could be in a period of incredible power for Labour to actually do things to change the economy for better and to stand up on the international stage and condemn people like Benjamin Netanyahu more effectively. But Keir Starmer is just terrible. I mean, not only did I dislike his whole politics when he came onto the scene, but since he's been in power, he's just this coward. He's scared of his own shadow. He's continually trying to do things that would appeal to voters that would never vote for him. And he's put a period which should have been so strong for Labour in serious doubt. I wish that they had someone like Anthony Albanese that's been such a unifier. Instead, they've got their own voters hating the party. And Jeremy Corbyn has never gone quietly away. So they kicked him out of the party to try and make sure that he didn't have a voice anymore, and he won his seat as an independent. So the establishments and the Blairites are going to come out for Jeremy Corbyn yet again. Keir Starmer is still culling the Labour Party for anyone that is... I mean, there was a documentary on how organised the attempt was to stop Corbyn winning the election and to remove him. Even places like the leftist Guardian newspaper spent like 3 years trying to remove Jeremy Corbyn as leader. Now, one really interesting own goal here. Keir Starmer has just passed a law in the UK where 16-year-olds can now vote in elections, something I hope they do here. We'll never see a Liberal government again. And the most popular politician with 16 to 18-year-olds is Jeremy Corbyn. He's the name they chant at Glastonbury, not Keir Starmer. And now we'll see these, like, even though Keir Starmer's had virtually no support in the press, now that Jeremy Corbyn has reared up again for unfinished business, we will see people coming out and defending Keir Starmer in places like The Guardian and the BBC. But you reap what you sow. People are saying that it's going to split the Labour vote. Well, I'm sorry, but Keir Starmer is the one that has destroyed the Labour vote. Keir Starmer's the one that has destroyed the ethos and morals and economics of what Labour should stand for. So stuff him. Even if it does take, a few election cycles to actually right this wrong, we need a proper Labour Party, not some fake right-wing neoliberal Labour Party. Now, they attacked Jeremy Corbyn for so many years over anti-Semitism, this is a guy that has been shown standing at the front of anti-racism rallies since the 1970s. And he's the one person in UK politics that got accused of racism because of the Israel lobby. No, it doesn't matter what Boris Johnson's mob were doing when it came to brown-skinned refugees. They actually went after Jeremy Corbyn for anti-Semitism because he promoted Palestinian rights. Now, how does that look? How does the fact that he was making such a strong principled stand years ago on Palestinian human rights look today? It looks pretty good, doesn't it? So I'm all for this. I'm all for the establishment, Blairites, the people that want the Labour Party to be neutered before they'll allow them to come to power, so they don't do anything like taking any of that delicious, juicy money off the rich. I'm all for a very grassroots. I mean, they've got their grassroots reform party in the UK, but there's an awful lot of people that will support a genuine Labour Party that doesn't back down on social fairness or political issues like Israel. So I am very, very happy that Jeremy Corbyn is launching a new party.